face. Forget the cold. Spring greens, they never look so bold. Against blue skies and leafless trees, getting ready to burst out with signs of spring. The spring peepers, birds in song, the busyness and singing all day long. Bulbs break ground in falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. Daffodils, baby leaves, waving wind and give a gentle breeze. Spring rain, rustles streams, wake up roots from your winter dreams. The spring peepers, birds in song, their busyness and singing all day long. Bulbs break ground, hear falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. Dance in the sun, squirrels relax, your winter work, it's done. The garden is calling me, my hands are dirty, it's where I wanna be. Spring peepers, birds in song, the busyness of singing all day long. Bulbs break ground, hear falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. So happy to greet spring again.
Good morning, Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, and happy fabulous Sunday morning. How are y'all doing this morning? How are y'all doing online? How are y'all doing? Wonderful, good. I'm hearing lots of wonderfuls this morning. How are you doing online? Go ahead and put it in the chat for us. And welcome. If you are joining us for the very first time, an extra special welcome to you. We are so glad and excited that you're joining us this morning. I invite you to fill out this QR code that is right here next to me, or you can go to bit.ly/CCSL guest, and that's going to lead you to a guest card you can fill out. Let us get to know you a little bit more, and we will be reaching out to you to see how you're doing, see how we can support you. If you are joining us online this morning, that means that you are already poised right over that share button. So I invite you to share us out on your social media. Let all your friends and family know what you're up to this morning and invite them to join you virtually at the Celebration Center. If you have any prayer requests, we would love to pray with you. Our ministry of prayer meets on Monday afternoons, and your prayer requests go to our ministers and practitioners, where we will confidentially hold those for you. You can fill out those prayer request forms in a couple of different ways. You can scan the QR code. You can also go to celebrationcenter.org/. My goodness, y'all. I am a little sleepy today. It's been a long weekend. Celebrationcenter.org, and then click on Request Affirmative Prayer. If you are here in the room, we also have prayer cards for you to fill out as well. These gorgeous lilacs that are on either side of me are donated by Carol Lutz in memory of her husband, Stephen Reed Ledford. We had his memorial service here yesterday afternoon, and it was a beautiful tribute to a truly incredible man. And so if you knew Stephen, or you're interested in looking and seeing what everybody had to say about him, you can re-watch that. It was recorded. We did a butterfly release and so many amazing things as a tribute to Stephen. And you can find all of that on adventfuneralservices.com. All right, y'all. I have a question for you. In both the slideshow that just played, the pre-service slideshow, and the e-news, there was a teeny tiny Ernest. Where was he? Do you know online? Do you know? Show it again. No, the whole point is that you have to read the e-news and pay attention to the slideshow to find the tiny Ernest. So if you know online, if you saw that tiny Ernest and you went, what's Ernest doing on that slide? Put it in the chat right now. And if you are the lucky person who was paying attention to our announcements, then you will be offered a free book out of our bookstore. So that's right, y'all. There are now incentives to paying attention to what's going on at the center, other than just knowing what's going on at the center, right? And maybe he'll pop up again while I'm doing the announcements right now. No, Lynn, that is not the tiny Ernest. That is a tiny Ernest, but not the tiny Ernest. So maybe you'll see him. Let me know if you notice him. Next week is our Eat, Pray, Love picnic potluck. That's right. Eat, Pray, Love potluck. And it is going to be directly after the service at 12:30. We're going to just head down into the grassy area behind the old building. So we invite you to bring a dish. Celebration Center will be providing drinks, silverware and plates and napkins and all of that, as well as a main dish, something chickeny. So I keep like keeping my fingers crossed that the Santa's chicken downstairs will be open in time for us to get chicken from them, but we will see. Something chickeny. And so bring a what is that? Side dish and join us. Side dish or dessert and join us. Also next week, Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers, our practitioner staff. I'm telling y'all, not being able to find words and announcements is not boding well for everything else we have going on. My brain's going to wake up. Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers is going to be joining us next week. She is speaking on lights, camera, action. She is our practitioner support minister here at the center, and we've heard her online before, but next week she is going to be joining us here in person. So it's a great morning to go ahead. If you're in the area, get up, come join us in person, bring your dish. We do have a refrigerator. You can stick things in while the service is going on, and then have a nice social hour afterwards. Also, June 9th from 5 to 9:30 p.m. is World Refugee Day. And so Lutheran Social Services, who, as y'all know, we partner with to do different drives and supply drives and things like that, is hosting this big carnival event, and we are so excited about it. And so we are going to be celebrating and welcoming refugees in the DC area by offering a collaborative art project. This art project is so cool, y'all. So we need volunteers, and it is split into 2 different time slots, so you will not be expected to be there for the whole 4.5 hours. 2 different time slots of volunteers. Also, we need supplies, and so we have a supply list as well on the website where you can go and look and see what we need, and you can purchase that for us. And there's a couple of different ways you can donate. Also, some of them are not purchased. Some of them are things like old yogurt containers, magazines. We need every magazine ever. If you have magazines, please bring them in to us or send them to us. But if you'd like to donate one of the other supplies, canvases, glue, baby wipes, acrylic finishing, all kinds of things, we do have that list online. So you can scan that QR code that was just up there a moment ago, but easy peasy, just go to celebrationcenter.org, and right up at the top it says World Refugee Day. Click on that. All of the information is there for you. How to sign up to volunteer, what the time slots are, what the supplies are, how to order them. Everything is there for you. So this is a really, really cool project that we're going to be offering. Once these collaborative art projects are complete, we're going to finish them, and then they're going to hang in the new resource center in Alexandria, of just an amazing recognizing and honoring of all of the amazing people that are here in DC. And then finally, beginning not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, May 30th, our Tuesday night evening meditation is changing, not going away, just changing. So it is pushing back just half an hour to 6 o'clock, and it's going to be just a 30-minute meditation. We're calling it Pause, Breathe, Repeat. And it is in collaboration with Soul Evolution Collaborative. So it's going to be a variety of practitioners, ministers, and other folks all leading the meditations each week. And it's on a different Zoom. That is the most important part. You cannot just go to celebrationcenter.org and click on Enter Zoom events like I say for every other thing. But instead, you go to bit.ly/pause, breathe, repeat. And that will allow you to sign up. And then from there, it's the same link every week, and we'll send you out a reminder every week. So beginning May 30th, especially my folks that come to that meditation every Tuesday, make sure to push it back 30 minutes in your calendar and be sure to join us. And today is our sing-along with Lynn, and I know she has been prepping like crazy for it. I'm super excited to see what we'll be singing this afternoon, so I invite you to stay. That is hybrid. It's online and in person, so if you're here in the room, run downstairs, grab a sandwich, come back up. It will begin at 12:30. If you're online, you'll have a moment there to for a bio break and to let your dog out and grab something to eat, and then join us back at celebrationcenter.org and click on Enter Zoom events. And at 12:30, we will all sing together. And now let's hear from Lynn with an opening song.
Okay, and I hope we can sing together right now. We're going to start off with Divine Light Mandala by Anike. created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light and constantly moving toward divine light. Hey, 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 I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light and constantly moving toward divine light. Hey, 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 I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light and constantly moving toward divine light. Hey, hey, hey.
Good morning, everybody. This is Judy Blaise from Des Moines, Iowa. So let's say our vision together. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. And today I am doing three quotes. And the first one's from Richard Rohr. The gift of darkness draws you to know God's presence beyond what thought, imagination, or sensory feeling can comprehend. And from Bono, whenever you see darkness, there is extraordinary opportunity for the light to burn brighter. And Walt Whitman, every moment of light and dark is a miracle. So let's enter into that sacred time where we focus on our breath, and we start with the 3-part breath, and we do 3 of them. So let's breathe in together and hold and breathe out. And inhale and hold and exhale. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And staying in this beautiful energy of the breath, let's just move even more deeply into that deep, deep place, nestled in the very center of our being, that place where there is infinite potentiality, the place of creation, innovation, inspiration, and just allow ourselves to feel that sense of the depth of being grounded in this space. Just take a few moments. And from this womb-like space, creation comes into play as I speak my word, gathering up all the energy from that liminal space. I know that my whole being is wholeness, completeness, perfection, for it contains the dark and the light, the interplay of the yin and the yang. And I have chosen to be here on this planet where I can play with the duality of light and dark, and accepting every single part of my being, because there is absolutely nothing outside of the one, the one that contains all dark, all light, and everything in between. So I align with this perfection, this wholeness, and I claim every aspect of my being, as I know that each of us here is a recipient of the flow of abundant good coming from that same source, welling up inside of us. We are guided, we are protected, we are held in the arms of that great mother energy, nurturing us, keeping us safe and protected, and yet allowing us to step out on the edge, preparing us to fly. So I claim and accept for each of us that we feel that sense of abundant flow in our lives, that we feel that oneness with the source of all that is, that we open to experience radiant health in every cell of our body. We are open to experience an expanded sense of self in our mind as we align with the great one mind that is inspiration, that is all wisdom, that is always there to guide and direct us, to clear out the debris of our human mind so that we can simply be in touch with the divine. And I claim and accept also that our emotional bodies are fed with the same divine energy, that we are comforted. We feel the divine love that flows through all of creation in every aspect of our being. It allows us to relax into it, to know that we are embraced by divine love always. And so as we step out from this space, we know that as we interact in the world, we are this wholeness. We are this divine love. We are the wisdom. We are the power. And so I know that in our affairs, this same energy flows through everything and provides us with everything that we need and more. An abundance of everything that we could possibly need and more. And I'm so grateful to know this for us, for each of us, and for this beautiful gathering, this community of like-minded souls who come together, not just on Sunday, but in consciousness, to uplift the consciousness of the entire planet. That is what we are doing by walking our talk and being that divinity that we are, and embracing all that is on the entire spectrum of life. And so in love and gratitude, I just know that this is the truth. And it is moving now through the ethers to bring it into our complete and total experience now. And so I release it. I let it go. I know it is complete. It is done. And so it is.
I'm going to share a song about stars. This is called The Night Sky. What if the morning sun warmed every heart and soul? What if the comets brought answers to us all? What if the earth held us tight so we would never fall, wondering about life and why we're here at all? Speeding through space, though we feel we're standing still, surrounded by ancient light, all the gravity and pull. Are we fools to think we're somehow in control. How do we land here, and why are we here at all? Stars give us light after they're long gone. They brighten up our night, still singing their sweet song. Always gives me comfort to see them in the sky, knowing they're there until all the last goodbyes. We can see the same stars, though we are miles apart. It's like seeing an old friend who lives inside our hearts. In the past, maybe now, the stars have been our guides. You know, I'll sit and wish and watch them till I die. Stars give us light after they're long gone. They brighten up our night, still singing their sweet song. Always gives me comfort to see them in the sky, knowing they're there till all the last goodbyes. Like a tiny grain of sand shimmering in the sun, we're really itty-bitty shining stars. Our work has just begun, 'cause we can light the dark as we go traveling on, so we can still give after we're long gone. So don't miss a chance when you're outside at night. Take a look above you and your heart will fill with light. Nothing's ever constant in our ever-changing lives, except the world above and the night sky. Stars give us light after they're long gone. They brighten up our night, still singing their sweet song. Always gives me comfort to see them in the sky, knowing they're there until all the last goodbyes. Knowing they're there until all the last goodbyes.
Oh, thank you so much, Lynn. So that was Lynn Hollyfield, our music director. Woohoo, Lynn! And our practitioner on platform today that you just saw was Judy Blaise from, as she said, Des Moines, Iowa. So let's give a round of applause to them both, since I didn't introduce them this morning. And did anybody see the tiny Ernest? Anybody online? I didn't see any comments. Will you pull up the Eat, Pray, Love slide? So I think, oh no, you can totally see tiny Ernest here in the room. Ingy got it up in the corner by the Celebration Center for Spiritual Living logo. So Ingy can pick out a book in the bookstore. All right, so what? I know, I didn't think about that. I booby-trapped the people here in the room, but y'all online, can you see the little tiny Ernest peeking out of a corner? So from now on, there's going to be a tiny Ernest waiting for you in the e-news and in the pre-service slideshow. And whoever can tell me first, whether you're online or in person, I will mail you a book. You get to choose a book out of our bookstore. So, incentive to pay attention, y'all, incentive. All right, so today we are talking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And the first place that I want to go, we're going to loop back around to stars, but the first place that I want to go is I want to talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza's name for God. So does anybody here in the room, have you heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza? I see a fair amount of nods. So what's interesting is he is somebody that in the New Thought community people talk about a lot, and he said this and he said that. He's a speaker and a writer and an author. And yesterday I was eating lunch with a group and somebody said, "Oh, who's that?" And I was like, "Well, he's a guy, a doctor, I would assume. And he talks about stuff." And I didn't actually really know that much about Joe Dispenza. So he is a researcher, lecturer, author, chiropractor, which is where the doctor comes from, and corporate consultant. And so he's written a lot of books. He's one of those spiritual guys that also kind of incorporates science and business and all of the different aspects of life to give us a very holistic view of things. And what he says is that his interest lies in demystifying the mystical so that people have all the tools within their reach to make measurable changes in their lives. Isn't that cool? Demystifying the mystical. I love that. So what I also love is his name for God. Y'all want to know what it is? He calls God the blackness of infinity. The blackness of infinity. Now, how does that feel when I say that? I get some of this. What about y'all online? Anything you want to put in the chat about how does that feel? Did I see a point or was that just a no? Oh, felt good. Anyone else? How does that feel? The blackness of infinity. You like it? Okay. I see some confused nods. Like, I like it, but I'm not really... I have to admit, when I first heard it, and let me know if anybody pops up in the comments as well, but when I first heard it, it felt a little uncomfortable. There was something about it that just didn't feel quite right. So, as we've talked about before, when we talk about curiosity, we talk about learning about ourselves, what I did was I asked myself, why? What about that phrase makes me feel uncomfortable on the inside? Kind of makes my stomach do something a little funny. And what I realized is that it goes against, we talked a few weeks ago about how we have these very strong narratives in our culture that light is good and dark is bad. And it goes against that. It goes against our subconscious beliefs that that have been input into us by life, society, our own spiritual communities, everything. And it calls God as the thing that we have been taught to say is the thing that is not God. And so then when we know that that's the reason, if it made you feel a little, if that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. We are not here to judge you for your feelings. It's not like you can, you can't change your initial gut reaction to something. But what you can do is you can get curious. You can ask yourself, why? And so the more that I got thinking about it, the more I was like, I love that. Yes, it makes me a little uncomfortable. That's actually part of the reason why I love it, but I love it because what it does is it reminds us that the power, the possibility, and the potentiality lies in the nothingness. It lies in the blackness of infinity. If you have a cup and it is already full of a liquid, there is no potential for it to be filled with something else. It's already filled. You would have to empty that cup out first, right? The power, the possibility, and the potential lies in the emptiness. It lies in the nothingness, the blackness of it all. And so it's a really beautiful reminder that in infinity, which we tend to think of as everything, it's also nothing. How cool is that? And so then if we begin to think, where does our own potential lie? Where does my own possibility lie? It lies in the darkness. And I got to thinking about what other things lie in darkness that have potential. And the main thing, we talk about this a lot in spiritual communities and science of mind, the seed and the soil and the plant, right? You have to bury the seed down in the ground and it has to be covered by the dirt and it's all darkness. And then we have all of these different sayings. If you're in the darkness, perhaps you're just about to be birthed, or perhaps you're just about to bloom, or you have to be in the darkness before you can be in the light, right? We've heard kind of all of these different things that we tell one another when we're going through a challenging time. But I want to sit in the darkness today together a little bit, because that soil really is, that's the possibility. It's not just the medium that we plant the seeds in, but the soil itself is the potentiality. And the soil has so much to do with what the seed can become, right? If you plant a seed in rocky or infertile or clay soil, it's not going to grow. It might grow a little bit because seeds and people are resilient, but it's not going to be able to reach its full potentiality. It's that dark, thick, rich, nutrient-full soil that when we plant the seeds in that, all of a sudden they can bloom forth into their full possibility. So then I got all excited about looking into what makes soil good. And I have two things that I want to talk about today. So the first one, what do you call this up here on the screen? Worms. Earthworms, yes. Anybody call them anything else weird, like night crawlers or anything like that? No. All right, no problem at all. So you can go ahead and take that down. So those are the common earthworm. We see them all the time. They come up after it rains and they're all on the sidewalk being all like icky and stuff like that. Earthworms are actually really, really cool creatures. So earthworms have a very important impact on our planet. They burrow down and, crawl through the earth, and they are the number one contributor to soil health. The number one contributor. They help turn over the soil. They bring up that deep, rich, nutrient-full soil from deep down and bring it up to the top and the top soil down so that everything is constantly being rotated. In addition, their little tunnels that they make as they burrow through the ground provides holes and aeration for the oxygen to get to the roots and for the water to properly get to the roots of all of the plants and things like that. Their slime actually contains nitrogen. So the slimy bits that they leave behind actually contain nitrogen that is imperative to healthy plants growing. And they have up to 5 hearts. That's right, up to 5 hearts. I did not know that because they spend so much time burrowing that they need to be mostly muscle. And for anybody who has done any sort of, strength training or bodybuilding or anything like that, muscle takes a lot of energy, right? They always talk about muscle burns more calories than fat does. Nothing wrong with either one, but muscle takes a lot of energy. And so they need up to 5 hearts to be able to circulate their blood faster and more efficiently so that they can be very, very strong to burrow their way through the dirt. I thought that was very cool. Now, what are these called? And I bet we're going to get some different answers with this one. Pill bugs? What else? Pill bugs is what Stephanie said, but there's lots of names for them. Roly-polies. Yep. Online, anybody answering? Grubs. I usually think of something different for grubs, but maybe if you call anything that scurries away when you turn up a rock a grub, then yes. They can also be called doodle bugs, cow bugs, sow bugs. What were some of the other ones that we saw? potato bugs. There's lots and lots of names for them. I always grew up calling them roly-polies or doodle bugs or pill bugs. Those were kind of the three traditional names. We were having a lot of fun looking up what they're called in different countries around the world because they're in a lot of places. So, pill bugs, as I'm going to call them for the moment, are really, really cool. Did you know they're not even bugs? They are actually crustaceans. So they are more related to lobsters and crayfish than they are to bugs. And they are the only crustacean that has evolved to be able to live its life on land. All other crustaceans live in the water, but pill bugs live on the land. They still, despite the fact that they live on land, they still breathe through gills. They do not have lungs, but they breathe through gills. And what's really, really, really cool and amazing about these bugs is that they are able to process heavy metals that are in our soil. So those metals that would be dangerous to us, to plants like mercury, things like that, they can actually eat and process and make it harmless to other living forms around them. They also, fun fact, swallow their own poo because they are recycling the copper in it. They eat heavy metals, and copper is a metal, and so they want to make sure they're recycling all of that and not wasting any of it. So those are such cool stars, and I really got to thinking about it, and I was like, these are the stars of the soil, right? Like, these are the guys that are doing, and girls and bees and all the folks that are doing the work. And worms are actually hermaphroditic. They have both male and female parts. They're not really guys or girls. But anyways, side note there. But they're actually the ones that are the stars of the soil. And it was really interesting. Funny, when you go to look up earthworm facts, you get mostly things geared towards children. I don't know why that would be. Like, not all adults are looking up facts about earthworms in the middle of the night like I was last night. So odd. And one of the videos that I watched, the woman very jovially said, maybe earthworms have 5 hearts because they love us so much. I thought that was really cute. And I got to thinking about that type of love. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the sun shining and how the predecessor to human generosity is stellar generosity, right? And then I got to thinking about the main thing that allows for life on this planet to exist, that allows for our plants to produce and the potentiality of the earth to come to full fruition is the generosity, the 5 hearts of things like earthworms and pill bugs and all of the other microbes and things that are in the soil doing whatever it is that they do. And then I got to thinking about, what if we could be the stars of our own darkness, just like earthworms and pill bugs are the stars of soil? So if we know that the darkness is that place of possibility and potentiality, if we know that that's the place we have to go to fully create and produce and be all that we want to be, all that we are here to be, then we get to become stars in our own inner darkness. And when we do that, that means that we are people who can transform that around us. We can transform soil or heavy metals or negativity or challenges or hard emotions or grief or anger or whatever it is. We can process and turn over and transform that into something that is creative in a way of positivity and possibility. we can process our challenges with love. We can spend our lives exploring the rich possibilities that exist in the blackness of our own infinity. Because what we know is that there is only the one thing going on. That is our number one main tenet, is oneness. And so the deeper we dive into ourself, the more we open to the infinity of all that is. And by doing this, not only do we become not afraid of our own darkness, but we begin to seek it out, understanding that in that darkness, the darkness in ourselves individually and in humanity collectively, that we seek that out because we understand that is the place, that is the point at which we can transform and heal ourselves, one another, and the planet. All of a sudden, we are able to take those unwanted parts of life and turn them into something that is pure potentiality, pure possibility. And we get to choose actions that are supportive of the planet and those on it. The pill bugs and the earthworms, they are doing things that are good for this planet. They are doing God's work. They are doing the work of the blackness of infinity. And so that's what I am inviting us to do today, is to twinkle, twinkle, little star, not necessarily as a light shining in the darkness, but as the star of the darkness, that which is willing to go into the deep and explore the possibility, the potential that lies there without fear, without worry that we're going to get caught up or stuck in it, because we understand that that is where the possibility of transformation and healing lies. Let's pray. And so what I know is that the blackness of infinity is the only thing that exists. That's it. That place of pure potential, pure possibility. That is what is at the very seat of our beings, the very essence of who we are. The oneness of all life is that possibility, that potentiality that looks like darkness, that looks like blackness. And so I just breathe that in and know that that is what exists as me, as each and every person in this room on this planet. And so because we are that, we become stars of our own transformation, stars of our own blackness, understanding that it is in that place of darkness that true possibility lies. True potentiality just waits for us to come process through it and awaken all that is there for us, awaken the healing, awaken the transformation, and become more and more aware of our own consciousness, our own ability, our own light and darkness that exists in perfect harmony and balance. And I am so grateful for this community of rich nutrient soil that is here for us to grow and thrive together. And so I simply release my word. I let it go. I know it is done as I have spoken, and so it is.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Fate is kind, she brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. I heard some singing along. I hope you were singing along at home as well. So this is the time in our service for our gifts and our offerings. And as a reminder, we are an offering-based community. So your gifts, your offerings go to keep this center alive and vibrant, to keep us moving towards that vision of celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. And so there are a couple of different ways that you can donate today. If that is something that you are doing, you can go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the give button. You can simply scan this QR code that is right here next to me. If you are here in the room, we have a basket right over there for you. And of course, on our website is our physical address that you can mail your donations to as well. And we are so grateful that you are here. Your presence is a gift to the center. And we are so grateful that you are bringing your darkness and your love. And now I'd like to invite Judy for an affirmation and a blessing.
So let's recite our offertory affirmation together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And from our heart, we bless these offerings and these gifts, knowing that as we do, we are rewarded with the energy that moves and circulates. Everything that we give out is returned to us hundredfold. Not only that, but we are contributing to the abundance of the universe as we allow these gifts to move through our community, doing all of the things that we do to uplift humanity. So thank you, Spirit. We are grateful. And so it is.
Okay, please join me in singing our closing song, I Sing My Love by Christy Snow. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world.
Woo. So as a reminder, at 12:30 today, we have our sing-along. It is hybrid, so if you want to sing more upbeat, fabulous songs with the glorious Lynn Hollyfield, be sure to join us at 12:30. You have plenty of time to go grab a sandwich downstairs, grab something to eat, let your dogs out at home, and then join us by going to celebrationcenter.org and clicking on Enter Zoom events, or right here in this room. Also, be sure to mark your calendar and join us next week for our Eat, Pray, Love potluck picnic after the service at 12:30, and come to the service because Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers will be here in person speaking to us on Lights, Camera, Action. And now, with all of that, I invite you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. I release old ideas about bad and good. I am open to new perspectives. I see the value in everything. I am a blessing to the world. And so it is.